What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We back with a donation request. This time we checking out Suicide Boy and Black Smurf, and so it was. Let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up. Okay, so definitely kind of like up there as far as one of their songs that has like the longest intros. Generally, whenever they're doing that, I like to think that they are trying to transport us into a type of feeling before they start going in and actually delivering the lyrics, right? In this case, just listening to that almost kind of sounded like, you know, those slurred kind of syrupy type of melodies that you would hear in like Post Malone. Although, you know, this predates, I think, Post Malone. I forget how long he's been doing music and everything, but still you kind of get the movement, like get the meaning, like a haziness, right? Like I don't smoke, but you know, if I did, because, you know, 420 was just 5 days ago or 6 days ago when this comes out, just that beginning right there is enough to like completely zone you out. And that might be what they're actually trying to get us to feel, right? Especially with the close your eyes, effortlessly trying to hold on to peace, right? When you got a bunch of crazy stuff that's going on in your head and you're just trying to maintain a little sense of sanity, if you will. But the interesting thing is the duration and how long it is. It's just you got no choice but to kind of fall into it, and then they come in immediately and just start about to wrap our head off. So there was a part in here I was listening to the sample. Sometimes when it comes to sampling manipulation, you have what is called a like popping and clicking. Generally, when you are manipulating samples, you want to kind of ease this off by throwing in faders, like a beginning and an end fader. But there was a part in here where they intentionally left the fader. You can kind of hear the clicking. Now that's very interesting. I don't think that it's a mistake. I think it was actually added in there, and it makes sense to kind of use a sample, right? So when I think of samples, at least for me, I think of vintage. You know what I mean? Or at least those tend to be the best sounding samples. So vintage, back in the day, feeling all dreamy out of your head, reminiscence of past times, all that. All right.
To ash like the phoenix. Weed in the bag that lead it. Whenever I feel defeated, feeling like the cash that keeps bleeding.
I like that. Weed in the bag deleted, right? Kind of play on words. A gash that keeps on bleeding, can't stop the bleeding. Oh, that's a serious gash then, right? Generally kind of a tourniquet. What do you call it? A tourniquet? So he's basically saying that this ain't even a tourniquet. The gash is emotional, might even be spiritual. Not physical.
In the bag that lead it, whenever I
maybe physical.
Feeling like the cash that keeps bleeding. But even the cup will glisten when the attention is healing. Don't even know why I rap. I know y'all don't get the meaning. Even though I'm broke, I know you see me shining like you're staring at the sun.
I like what he said here. Right. I know y'all don't get the meaning. To me, it was always, you know, and I could be wrong on this. And that's just the thing about Suicide Boys, that everybody has different takes depending on, you know, what kind of mood you're in, what your level of understanding at that time is. Because you can come back to a song that they released like this one 5 years ago and get a completely different meaning and everything. But since the beginning, and I started reacting to Suicide Boys, I've always had the thought that this was just their outlet. Right. But I do know that some people like listen to their lyrics and like take things super at face value. Even if things are face value as they seem, sometimes I don't want to accept that. I like to kind of go underneath it, even if I'm completely wrong, but that's just the type of reactor I am. But yeah, ever since the beginning, I always thought this was for the mostly an outlet, right? So.
Even though I'm broke, I know you see me shining like you're staring at the sun. See me loaded like you staring down the gun. The whole world sticking the cash like a piece of fucking gum. Hell is where I'm from. Well, I'm here to pop bubbles and bump.
Bubbles and bum. Bubble. Oh, I'm sorry. Bubbles and bum. Bubbles and gum. Bubbles and bum. Like, I'm here to pop bubbles. I'm here to pop happiness and bum. Like, and bum around. You know what I mean? Pop bubbles and gum. Just generally the same, but pop bubbles and bum. I like think of that and bum as like pop happiness and just bum around.
Well, I'm here to pop bubbles and bump. Got bags full of skunk. All I gotta do is sell them, man. I'm fucking done.
That's sauce right there. Oh yeah, and we got a Black Smurf here. Black Smurf. Don't think I've heard him before.
See, I never look sober, just looked over. I do you kill a rat, turn to a cobra. Got no love for a plainer, sold my soul to Satan. Purple always on me like I was drafted by the Ravens. Got them drugs in my eyes, on my side, on my mind. Grim Reaper of my time with the 9 on my side. No need for a shooter, so make no mistake. You looking death in the face when you play with my cake. You know the blunt
cash, yeah.
Junkie steady robbing, let the blade get to work. If we got a fucking problem, hold steady jock, hater steady knock. That's how life's been ever since we got it poppin'.
Okay, don't think there was much. Kind of the breakdown there was pretty straightforward, direct. What he was talking about. All right, we continue. Yo, how did they find these samples, man? They definitely go into the record store. Do one of them crate challenges. Just pick 5 random stuff and turn it into a beat. I wouldn't challenge Scrim. I would lose. Definitely.
See, world fucked up, but I ain't ready to leave yet. Cash on my mind at this point, I don't need sick. Smoking all the time, might not swear release straight. Attitude opinion, might not swear you can keep it.
Attitude and pain, man, I swear you can keep it. You know, smoking all the time, release stress. Basically, you don't want to be dealing with any of that. Attitude and pain. That's what he said, right? Attitude and pain. Yeah, because you're pretty much zoned out. Like, this beat's about to make me.
Might not swear you can keep it. Odysee, so I don't struggle tomorrow. Hustle every day, so I ain't stuck in the sorrow. Still spraying for the cash while you playing catch up. Let's see how many niggas switch when the money come up. For real hustle.
I mean, you know, it's kind of easy to kind of think about things like that. When the money comes, to see how many people switch up. You know, especially if you ain't never had any money and everything, it's kind of easy to kind of sit back and you know, judge those who do switch up when they do get some money, right? You sit here and say, I would never do that. I would never switch up. And, you know, be counted. You know, I would like to think of myself as that type of person as well. If there was some type of switch up, I don't think it wouldn't be so much. You know what I mean? Definitely move my family out and everything. But he's right. He's right. Money in my mind is like, money is the root of all evil. That's the way I think about it. The pursuit of money can only lead a man into ruin. You know what I mean? Because now it's a dependent, right? And that's what gets people to switch up, right? You start living this lavish lifestyle and everything, and you don't want to go back to it, right? Because you look at that as a low, you know, at your lowest. So you don't want to return to that because, you know, you don't want to be reminded of what it was like for you to be poor, for you to be in that state. Right? Subconsciously, you think that, or at least I think that doesn't apply to everybody. But I'm just saying, if $5 million was to just land in your lap, you would switch up at least a little bit, right? And it's cap if you say that you wouldn't.
When the money come up, for real hustle.
Yeah, that's that. It's that dreamy. Shoot. This song right here can release some stress. And threw that filter on there to kind of give you a sense of you really zoning out. Well, all right. It's going to play that into the end. I think so. Make sure ain't nobody about to pop out of nowhere and just start spitting crazy bars at the end. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. That's the end of this reaction. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comments. It's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.